Colin, what am I missing?
I just had a question. I'm inexperienced with the online dating or period app dating. So maybe just tell me how, I guess, online dating evolved and then now the app scene is dating evolved. Are you seeing the same trends that happen in the online dating that's happening in the app dating? And do lesbian-specific online dating sites, do they take off or is it everyone?
Yeah, so the online dating sites were, traditionally the lesbian sites were always reskins of gay male sites. So the biggest that's always been out is Gaydar Girls, and it's just literally a reskin of Gaydar with girls put on the end of the logo. So things like when you sign up, it asks you how much body hair you have, which for a guy is probably fine if you're signing up because it might mean you're like a bear or a twink or whatever kind of you're using to find your other guy. For women, you're like, why are you asking me this question? This is really not cool. Then there were other sites that were created. I think a lot of them started using the white label platform because that was really big in the online dating era. They would just do like a reskin, and then some of the networks were set up to deal with LGBT users. Some of them weren't set up to deal with it very well, so it was a really poor experience. There were very few websites. There was a couple of websites that started that were their own platforms built specifically for women, and they were okay, but it was a completely different style of dating. And I think my personal opinion is online dating on websites as it was never really hit the mark. Like the fact that it was never socially acceptable as it was, like it wasn't kind of commonplace behavior in the UK, like, is because it didn't fit the problem. It didn't solve the problem. It didn't fit the need. And like in the way that Tinder's created something that people talk about, they're totally comfortable with it. And whether it's a kind of circumstances of time and people are more ready for it now, or they just created the right product that addressed a problem in a really great way.
Tinder? What's Tinder?
Tinder is the biggest straight dating app that's come out in the past year. So they don't release their numbers, but I mean, they've got millions and millions of users and you just swipe. It's like Hot or Not. And if you both say each other are hot, then it, you get told.
And it's for meetups,
it's not defined. I think it started off definitely like very date focused. I think it's become a bit more casual over time just because of the volume of people on it.
Is there a lesbian and gay section
So you can select that you're interested in women. Unfortunately, it still shows you men, which is a bit annoying. But it's just a really simple way to meet other people. And it's really fun.
Okay. Now you have a unique problem that say Grindr doesn't have, is that you have men trying to get on your app.
Yes.
And so you have to vet all the people by phone and things like that?
Yeah, so we started off, that's been a big learning process of all of it. So we started off, I think this was my lack of product experience when I started, we had like 9 steps in the validation process to like really filter. Now we just use Facebook to kind of automate it. We had a phase where we were doing phone calls, just trying it, because a lot of people didn't want to use Facebook because if they're not publicly out yet or if their parents don't know, it kind of feels a bit scary to use Facebook. It's completely private, that you'll never find out that someone's used Facebook to sign in or that they're part of Dattch, but we were using phone calls, and so at the moment we still get about like 5 guys a day trying to sign up. So we'd have phone calls from guys being like, hey, I'm just looking for a threesome. And we're like, right, well, if you could try another site, that would be better.
And they actually, I would have never thought guys would have tried to sign up because sooner or later you realize you're not a guy.
But there are different kinds of guys. There's different kinds of guys.
They think they can turn everyone sometimes.
Yeah, they want to convert you. So basically on all the other sites, that's the other big problem of the old websites is the number of guys that get onto them. So you'll be messaging someone and then, on some of the sites you can say you're in a relationship. A friend was literally telling me yesterday, like she was on it, someone sent them a message. She was like, I'm actually in a relationship right now. I've got a girlfriend. And the person was like, oh, that's super hot. Have you got a pic? And it was like, no girl is going to be like asking you that. It's like, you got a girlfriend. Oh, okay, cool. Sorry. Like, see ya.
Does Grindr have that same problem?
Grindr
with girls
has some girls. There's an amazing Tumblr that's called like Girls of Grindr, and it's girls signing up looking for their gay best friend, and they're going like, I really want someone to go shopping with.
Right.
It doesn't happen in the same way at all. Sure. But that's this is generally speaking, and it's obviously not specific, but generally women aren't as interested in gay male sex as men are in lesbian sex, and that's kind of why I think a lot of men like try to sign up to it.
Is this a problem as you try to scale your business model, like trying to keep those guys out of the fray?
Well, Facebook does it relatively well at the moment. Like, I'm not saying there's a possibility that at a time there are going to be guys that work out how to, get past it. So we can't completely stop all guys coming onto the platform. It's just that we do the best we can to minimize it.
A fake Facebook account.
Yeah, so we don't just check gender. We check like 6 different calls on your profile to verify if you are real. Because we have people creating fake Facebook accounts. Sure. People sign up and they'll have had the account for 2 weeks and they like lesbian and bi girlies of London and Dattch, and then they try and sign in.
They love your app so much, they just want to be a part of it.
Maybe it's like a challenge, It's like we've set up these things and people want to get through it.
You should set up a page where they go and they have to pay like £5 and then say thank you for donating to
This
Dattch.
is literally, like we were talking about this week, like what are we going to do with these people? It's an audience and it's people that care about it. So maybe we just serve them lesbian porn and we're like, there you go, that's what you came here for.
Send them to a lesbian porn website.
Exactly.
Like fans of Dattch, forum or something.